Hi, it's Cody. We're back in the lab. So we're gonna deal with some of the blocks I found in the incubation chamber. Sometimes they'll top fruit. Before I fruit them in the fruiting chamber, I'll take that top off under sterile lab conditions. So we're gonna get the lab set up real quick and get those tops out. So I got my flow hood here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on and get it cleaned up, get ready for some work. See how the sound does with all these HEPA filters going on. I promise I'll work on the lighting too. If this turns out well, we'll get lights and make it look better. So we're in the lab. This is where I do all my culture work, all my inoculation, grain spawn, cloning, all that good stuff happens here. So we're gonna clean it down real well before we even start. So we're going to clean it a couple times. First time with a general organic cleaner. The second time is going to be with 70% isopropyl alcohol. So we're going to wipe down our equipment here with isopropyl right now. We got a little mist of our cleaning agent work to get photo clean now. Nice liberal spray of alcohol everywhere. Gonna let that sit for about 10 seconds before we wipe it. After that 10 seconds, I'm gonna go ahead and mask up. So I'm not drop a beard there somewhere on my stuff. Alright, so it's been sitting there. Let's wipe it down. Clean all walls. After the walls, go around the top. Front, back, sides. Now let's clean the base. Now that's a pretty sterile surface to work on right now. Now let's get some bags going. I got a little bit of everything. I got a lion's mane, I got some oyster, some gray dove, I got some pinks. We'll work on the lighting like I said. I'm going to remove that little top part. If I fold it over and try to fruit it like that, it's going to try to rot. And it'll be a hindrance. So we're going to just take it off under sterile conditions and fold the bag back up. It'll act like nothing happened. Similarly to these lion's mane and oyster tend to want to grow up that bag. Like I tell you, I try to give it more air. So when I say open the bag, I unfold it. It's still sealed at the top right here, still nicely sealed, but all that mushroom mycelium is trying to get through this filter patch. It's all growing up where that air is. And honestly, once it gets up to this point, this guy needs to be fruited or done something with. So we're gonna go ahead and open these up, remove much of that mycelium there, discard that, then reseal it. So let's get started. So we're pretty clean on our surfaces. Our bags are probably contaminated, so we're going to spray them down. I used to flame scalpels to cut these every time, thinking it was it's the best way to do it. Flaming this guy, cooling it off, cutting a bag. Just spend hours doing this. Well, do a nice little soak in 70% isopropyl. You just leave your instrument in there. The blade is significantly sterile. No flaming needed. Done this hundreds of times without any contamination due to the instrument here. So I spray liberally with alcohol, cover that whole base of the scissors. Alright, let's get a peek. I got my hands wiped down with alcohol so they're sterile. I'm going to get a paper towel to put my discards on. Touching other stuff now, my hands aren't sterile, so I'll spray them down one more time. So when I spray my hands, you make sure you get all the little creases and crevices and wrinkles in your gloves. You reach in there with a dirty finger, you're just contaminating your glove. Alright, so now we're pretty much ready. Take the old tape off. We're going to spray the top 2 inches with alcohol. Rub it with our fingers. Take your time, no rushing. You want to be 5 to 10 seconds. We'll go ahead and remove the top of our scissors, get our scissors dripping wet with alcohol. Now I'll cut right below the impulse sealer where it melted that line. Place our scissors, cover it back with our wet paper towel with isopropyl. So this whole time I'm sterilizing my hands with all the dripping alcohol here. The bag's open, I'll fold it the opposite way it's going. It tends to break the mycelium right here, and it makes it a lot easier to pull out. I have instruments like forceps, thumb forceps to get this out, but a lot of times my hand's always been quicker and easier. So go and get this guy out. Little pink oyster brain. Get him out. He'll get discarded, put in our apple tree that's right outside the mushroom house. Now this one's not too bad. I would call it third. You need more digging around maybe that one piece. I'm grabbing the more mature fruiting bodies inside there. Like these guys aren't going to fruit very well and they'll end up decomposing inside the bag. So I don't want to go through all that hassle. So this guy's done. I'm going to go ahead and seal them back up. Push the air out. Try to make it flat and as thin as possible. Stick it into your impulse sealer. Make sure it seals. That's the key. A lot of these you gotta let them sit for a second. Try to take it off now, it just rips it off and melts it. And always check. Make sure this thing seals. Sometimes you'll get mycelium exudates, like a little oil, like the mushrooms make an oil when they're dissolving these mushroom blocks. And it'll make it where it will not seal it. You'll have to seal it several times. So after you're confident it's sealed, you'll fold it, kind of like a paper airplane, and then retape it down. Now we're done, ready to fruit. So I'm going to do the same to the other bags I have here, and I'll be back. get some of that alcohol to dry off my hand before I reach in there. But I don't want to damage the mycelium with alcohol. I'm gonna break that little seal it has right at the base here by doing this. It'll make it easier. In there and try to grab it out. So here's one where the mycelium was in the bag, it didn't seal, it won't seal the corner. Pinch it, you can see how it folds out, makes that pocket. Oh, maybe not. Not sealed, so I'll flip it over the opposite way I had it. Seal it right on the same spot. You can hear that mycelium frying in that plastic. When I run into that issue, sometimes you actually have to cut it all, remove all this mycelium. It's a pain in the butt. Or you keep resealing it and hoping it kicks. Just this one corner right here, so let's go try to... Now this. Impulse sealer is already set to the highest setting. Sometimes mushroom bags are harder because they're made of a material designed for sterilization. So it's made to go up to 250 degrees. And so it takes a little bit of heat to get it to melt it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Cross my fingers this time. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it worked enough. It is satisfactory. Fold it all back down like a nice present. Got those guys. Okay, let's go to a lion's vein. My hands are still relatively clean. There's no particulates, no mushroom product on it. If I would get dirty here, I would change it out with a new glove. For now, I'm able to just spray it off. Re-sterilize my hands. So this one fruited inside, and it looks like it actually got contamination right here. Probably straight from the filter patch. Let's get over here and take a look. You can see the black spots here on the filter patch. See in there. Looks like a little contempt, so I don't want to flip this guy like I was doing the other one. I'll be a little more gentle, try to remove all the mycelium from here this way. Then wrap her back up and get her into the fruiting chamber. Alright, let's get her going. Alright, so I got a little spot of contamination. I got some green, what looks like green spores right here. I'm gonna deal with before I put the block back up. So in this situation, I typically get isopropyl alcohol.